Shisui versus Akatsuki not close. That's bullshit. Because fucking what's it called? Shisui shits on Kakuzu, shits on Datara, shits on Hidon.
Okay, Hidon, yes, I don't think he beats Kakuzu.
Well, Shisui was Itachi's level. That's why. And we know Itachi was above all those motherfuckers.
That Itachi was like not even like around like as powerful as he is now.
No. Like I'm referring to Anbu Itachi, and then he went right when he transitions to Akatsuki. It's the same dude, and Shisui was on that level.
The one that like, yeah, but that one has like an MS amp, and then you could argue it has hatred amp because it's stated like once he like killed his clan and all that, he had like a great hatred for himself. So like the one that like Shisui, like around Shishui's level, is like massively weaker than the one that like noticed Orochimaru. It's weird.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people like they just shit on him, dude. Like fucking, because like he has so many statements where it's showing that he's like the strongest, whatever, blah blah, still yada yada, and that him and Itachi were comparable on the same fucking level. And even that Donzo statement that Sage even showed with him and Itachi being able to take on the Uchiha clan, which because again they were like known as the most powerful ones. Like they're both in like the same fucking level.
Statements that I'll go back and look. But I'm pretty sure a lot of them are just more like statements on like their potential.
Yeah, there is statements in the novels. The fucking it was either from the novels and data books or just from the novels. I don't remember. I have to look into. But it was like a crazy amount of fucking good statements for Shisui. And in the manga, there's also a couple statements too, where he's just flat out stated to be the strongest out of all the Uchiha at that point in time. And that was when
any for him being the strongest. I know there's a lot that says like Itachi and Shisui had the greatest potential out of all the clans.
Yeah, it was a manga statement. It was Donzo making the statement, saying that he was the strongest at that point in time, and that was during when there was about to be a coup d'etat with the Uchiha, and that was during that Itachi, whatever you name it. Now, to be fair, he didn't have the MS at that point, so there is that too. But But all I'm getting at though is they're always comparable. Like when it was like when it came to their stats, whatever, in a similar regard, and Shishu was always above though. But then when Itachi got the MS, like yeah, he has the MS now, but Shishui also has the MS. So like I don't know. But like I feel like unless there's like something definitive to like really put Itachi like just somehow just out of nowhere past him because he awakened his MS, like that's where I'm kind of like just getting out with it. But
when they were training, it's not the biggest gap going in Itachi's favor, but it's like a 30-something% win rate for Itachi.
Yeah. Like Shishui had more wins, but Itachi beat him as well, so many times.
Like, Itachi was like weaker than Shishui, but I mean it's clear that they're going with like they're being like relative or something. Especially with the missions that we do know they went on. Like Itachi was like just as valuable as like Shishui.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, that's all I'm getting at. If you just think like Shishui is in a similar level or even still above that Itachi at that point in time, then that direct correlation, again, that should put him above many, many fucking people, That's all I'm getting at. Like I understand people have the arguments of like MS, like having all these crazy things, like whether if it amps or this, whatever, blah, blah, but Shishui has the same shit, So.
He doesn't have the same hatred amp that Itachi does.
What hatred amp does Itachi have, though? Because Itachi wasn't really known for hatred, though.
He hates himself.
I'll find the statement and send it to you through Discord. But if I remember correctly, there's a statement specifically that says that when Itachi killed his family and all that he harbored a great hatred for himself for the deeds that he had done that night.
Gotcha. That makes sense, but like the whole thing with the whole hatred amps was because of like the Uchiha like falling into their darkness and so on and so forth, and then their MS like evolving, whatever, and like like basically everything we've seen with fucking Madara and Sasuke. Like that I could understand, but like Itachi wasn't really known like to be going along those routes. Like he had a lot of self-control. He was just such a talented genius. He just kept evolving in that regard, that's why he was never evil. He was always good. So
I mean, that's definitely true, but that doesn't mean that he can't get more powerful from feeling those potential.
intense emotions. Because that's the thing, it's not necessarily a hatred amp, it's more of an intense emotion amp. You stop choosing violence. Get out of here.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I don't know. I just feel like it's there's too much. We just don't know fully. That's what basically what I'm getting at. Like, because that's another thing too. That brings into the whole thing of whether or not if you think the MS like amps their physical stats and shit and blah blah. But yeah. But yeah, no, like I don't know, like Shisui and Itachi, like they just weren't known to utilize like the Sharingan or the MS like with severe hatred or that's how like they channeled it through like their power. They were just very talented and they were pacifists. I mean, they're very lighthearted, good-hearted people, you know, and they were just very, very fucking strong. You know, that was it. So
and then there's also the fact that there's also a time period between when the massacre happens, where Itachi should have been like relative to Shisui, to when like he actually joins the Akatsuki. But realistically, more than likely, he also would have gotten more adapted to his MS by that point in time. Those are just my opinions. I can see why people would argue the opposite for Shisui. I just know a lot of people generally argue for Shisui, so.
yeah, it's always just weird to me how people can put Itachi immediately at this like crazy level of power, but then Shisui is just like somehow like only Joning level or some type shit, and that just doesn't make any sense to me. What's it called? So, like he literally no diff Danzo, and Danzo, like Danzo, mind you, is someone that was up there within people like Hiruzen, which would correlate to the Sonning and shit. Like Shisui is no different than that motherfucker. Danzo literally multiple statements of concession of him knowing that he can't beat Shisui. That's why he had to fucking cheat. You know what I mean? Do some bullshit. So. That's all I'm getting at.
I would definitely put him on the low Kage level. I just don't think he'd beat Kakusu, who would also be on the low Kage level.
I don't know, because if he could be beating people like Danzo whatever effortlessly and shit, that's blatantly mid Kage level. Or above mid Kage level.
I don't think Danzo's mid Kage though. I think Danzo's like really low Kage.
Well, shit. If that's the case, then where do you have 5 Kage Summit Sasuke at?
I have him mid Kage because I do think he's above Danzo. I think Danzo just was able to catch him off guard with Kodo, and the fact that Sasuke was like massively fatigued by the time he got to him.
Okay, I see where you're getting at. What's it called? Well, you gotta remember, Sasuke had many. Sasuke was given. He was healed and given a shit ton of chakra from Karen. So. Like, I'm not saying necessarily he's at full power, because we just don't know where his level was at. Whether if he's at full, or if he's at middle now, or whatever, we don't know. But all we do know...
I'll say that.
Yeah. All we do know is, you know, like, objectively speaking, they had a very extremely competitive battle. It was basically just to the point of who can out-gas who, you know? So that's all I was asking, like, where do you have 5K Summit, because... Depending when you have that technically does correlate in a sense to Danzo. But because they both went through a ridiculous amount of fucking chakra. So I don't know.
I have Sasuke at mid Kage and Danzo low Kage because I don't think Sasuke fully recovered from fighting every other Kage. Because remember, when Sasuke was fighting the other Kage, he had fought to the point where like he had passed out.
Yeah, no, I know. What's it called? But then Obito told like Karen to heal him and replenish him so he could fight Danzo. So, like again, like it just gets to the point whether if she did it to where now he's fully good to go, you know what I mean, or if he's close. Like it's just something we just don't know, you know. But yeah, no, I was just wondering what's it called. But either way, what was it? Fucking. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, but no, I do agree that Sasuke is that he's mid Kage level, and that only his like Susanoo and like Amaterasu is above mid Kage type shit. But and what I mean by that is like his jutsu activation, not necessarily like him like shooting it to kill or whatever. But anyways,
because I don't think Danzo would be able to go hands with Sage Naruto. But even though I think Sage Naruto would beat 5 Kage Sasuke, they're still relative. Like Sasuke would push Naruto pretty hard. But I don't think Danzo would be able to with Naruto.
I'll be real with you. I don't think Sanin here is in any Mid-Kage or fucking with Naruto. What's it called? And the only reason why, again, Sasuke's kind of an exception, but that's only because of Susanoo and Amaterasu.
Even if you want to grant it because of a certain reason, I mean, that reason would still be why I would put him above, like, Danzo at, like, another tier.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, like, that Sasuke, like, I don't think he was fully powered. I guess you could say he was. I don't think there's anything to say, but even if he was, like, he's still, like, he's not a good matchup against Danzo.
Yeah, no, I get you. What's it called? With Shisui, I think at least bare minimum, you could have him either blatantly at Mid-Kage or he's above. I would say he's above because he shitted on Danzo, but what's it called? And then just with all like the Itachi correlations and things like that, like I don't know. Again, that's just me. And then the Koda Matsukami, that's just absolutely fucking ridiculously broken. So
he was struggling with Elite Jonin.
What you mean? What Elite Jonin?
Okay, so you remember when we were talking earlier about the novels?
Yeah.
There's a traitor that Shisui and Itachi are both sent to go fight, and Shisui finds himself in a situation where he has to have like Itachi like try and like help distract this guy so he can set up for Kodo. Like this guy was like an Elite Jonin.
Yeah, you're talking about the Hyuga, but that's when. Yeah, you're talking about the Hyuga incident, but that was when they were kids, like extremely young.
Far from the point where Shisui dies.
No. Like they were like very short and everything.
No, it was the first. It was one of the first missions Itachi gets as an Anbu.
Yeah, no, I know. That's when they were short and kids. Like the anime even covers a lot of those events as well. Because when it's
like a year.
No, like, well, sure, time, whatever. I'm just saying, like, visually, there's a blatant difference. And there's also a blatant difference in, like, their power and skill. When Itachi, like, when he enters the thing, he's very short, whatever. He's still very strong, but he has his limits, though. What's it called? And, like, he's contending with, like, Anbu, you know, the Elite, Jonin, whatever, right? The Hyuga, whatever, things like that.
When he joins the Anbu, he's younger. But I'm saying, like, the offensive when they go to kill this, like, Elite, kill this Elite Jonin, this Anbu member, it's like a year before Shisui dies.
Yeah, no, but that's the disconnect. I'm saying that's during the same when Itachi's part of it. Like I'm not joking. Like you could literally look into it. Like it's during like everyone that's covered the video of the Hyuga incident. It's when they're both like very young kids and like short. They're not even tall. And that was also when like Shisui and Itachi were like doing combo things together. Like they were training. They fought like the Danzo, Anbu and shit, whatever, blah blah. Like and then yeah, he did. Yeah, because he awakened it very very young, which is also very impressive
I'll
for
go back
Shisui.
and look.
Yeah, no, I promise you, it's all there. But like that was another thing that was.
I believe you. I'll just go back and look because I could have sworn that that's one of those things where, they kill him and then it's not too long after that Shisui gets killed.
Gotcha. Yeah. What's it called? Because yeah, and that was one of the other impressive things with him is the fact that he awakened the MS like at an extremely young fucking age. He was the youngest to awaken it. So like.
Yeah, he awakened at like 10, didn't he?
I don't remember the age, but he was the youngest. I know that for a fact. So again, that's just like very fucking impressive. But and the fact that he can also use it without passing out, because that was a different like Obito when he awakened it, he just you know what I mean, like so. But what's it called? But either way, not Obito. I meant fucking Kakashi, but because Obito he could technically do it to a degree, which is also impressive. But Obito is like the second youngest. But either way, fucking. I don't know. I just feel like people don't give the credit Shisui deserves. That's all I'm getting at. Because basically, what I'm saying is, when it gets to that point, then the time skip like happens, like a couple, not that long, but like a couple years ago, whatever. And now they're like way more taller. They look like adults, even though they're not. And then like they're like really fucking strong. Like that's when Shisui is known as like the body flicker, teleport, whatever, all the shit, yada yada. And then like that's when it's known where Itachi is like very competitive with him, blah blah, and they train, so on and so forth. And then eventually ties into the whole Uchiha shit, you know, the Konoha, and then Konoha, not Konoha, then Danzo doing his bullshit, you know. So, but anyways, either way, regardless if you don't think he's fucking mid-Kage level or even above or whatever, even if you had him at low Kage level, then you're just talking about abilities, and what the fuck does Katsu do against an MS or Kodo Matsukami? So like I don't know. Like, that's all I'm getting at. But
he just jumped the Shisui from the back.
yeah. But I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, but either way, regardless, whether if it's purely just
it's an easy fight for Katsu.
yeah.
Like, I think it's one of those things where like he wins like 5.5 out of 10 times.
You do know Shisui would have a Susanoo too, right?
No, I don't think he would.
Damn! That's crazy. That man has both MS, bro. That's funny.
Yeah, but the Shishino is one of those things that awakens, like, once you've awakened all the abilities. It's one of the things that you awaken one ability, you awaken the other, and then at some point you awaken the Shishino.
Yeah, but he had both his eyes in Kodo.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he awakened the Shishino at that point in time. Like, there's a point in time where, like, Sasuke has the Madarasu, and he has, the ability to use the flames. I can't remember the name.
You got to think of it. You got to think of it this way, though. If Shisui and Itachi were like ridiculous geniuses and prodigies, and Sasuke was remotely not even on that level, he was in a way lower level as a genius, and Sasuke's over here just getting the MS and then also awakening Susanoo while he's fighting on the fly. I don't see why a Shisui or Itachi wouldn't be able to unlock the Susanoo when they get the MS. Like, I think that's a little.
I don't think that's a matter of intelligence. I think that's a matter of when it happens. It happens.
Well, it's stated verbatim. The only requirements is having the MS and forging the two abilities that you have because of the MS. That's what Itachi says.
Actually, if you want to get technically, there's a point in time where they say specifically you need Tsukiyomi.
Bro, I don't even know what you're recalling for that, but I'm recalling for when Itachi explains. Oh, and then that makes sense then. What's it called? I'm talking about when it's during the manga anime as well, where Itachi explains how the MS works. It's the MS and two abilities. You can also control the Nine Tails, and then you also are granted the Susanoo. You know,
sure.
So
yeah, but it's one of those things when it's being talked about, or it's shown and described as one of those things where you unlock one ability, you unlock the other, and then you unlock the Shishino at some point.
Yeah, I don't know what's it called. I feel like it's very weird for Shisui to not have a Susanoo, even though he's had the MS for a very long time. So, like, I don't know. That's just weird.
Well, we don't know when to unlock the ability, but, like, even if we grant him, like, MS, like, let's say we grant him the Shishino with his MS, it would still realistically be early age within it. Early stage within the Shishino. And he would still get the drawbacks of how painful it would be.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just saying Susanoo is a very big fucking deal, because it's more of like a last resort trump card, you know? So... but what's it called? I don't know. That's all I'm getting at, man. I just feel like there's a lot that would kind of justify why he should definitely have it, especially at that point. Like, he unlocked that shit very, very young, and he was using Kodo always as a last resort if he needed to as well. Like, and he was a genius and a prodigy. Like, that's just really weird for him to not eventually awaken that. If Itachi could do it, I don't see why he couldn't do it. If Sasuke can do it, again, I definitely don't see why Shisui couldn't do it. But that's just me, though. What's it called? And regardless how you feel for it, but you also have the game as well. What's it called? So, and he does it in the game. But wait, fucking, it was like, yeah, I think he did like against like the Ambu people or some shit. But, anyways, what's it called? I don't know. It's fine. What's it called? Like, either way, from everything I'm hearing, you're also on like the bandwagon of like fucking people just like saying she should be fucking ass and sucks, but it's like I just don't see that.
I don't think he's ass at all.
If you're putting my low Kage, that's ass. That's fucking ass. No, it's not.
Like low Kage needs 80% of the verse.
Mid Kage is impressive, and high Kage, and then you got fucking Hashirama and Madara, and then you got Six Path. That's all impressive.
Low Kage needs 80% of the verse.
No, the low Kage is just high level Jonings that are eligible to be fucking Kage.
No, it takes a little bit more than just being a slightly stronger Jonin to be low Kage. It's an intelligence thing, a skill thing.
Well, sure, yeah, like they I'm pretty sure they could be qualifiers, whatever. But the bare minimum is the power aspect. That is a necessity. Like,
if it was just power, then Naruto would have been Jonin.
No, that was how it always was throughout the whole narrative. The whole point was like
that's why the tuning exam sent the way it is. Like you could be like this massive powerhouse, but you need like a lot more. Like you need intelligence, skills. You need
but then Kakashi would have been Hokage a long time ago. But they aired Tsunade because she was more powerful than him.
Yeah, I mean power definitely has something to do with it, but Kakashi also didn't want to be the Hokage.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, he was a candidate, though. Like, he would always normally be regarded, but they didn't jump to Kakashi. They jumped to Tsunade because she was hailed as the legendary Sannin who was very fucking powerful. And we do know Kakashi is more smarter than her.
Power, like, they might not be talking about just pure strength or anything. Like, they can be talking about, like, her power, like, her experience as, like, a ninja and all that as well.
Well, sure, yeah, that's a plus, you know.
What, 2, 3 rolls? Boards?
All I'm getting at, there's statements that say the Hokage is the strongest ninja. That's all I'm getting at. And when they aired them and pick them, there's several, and then every time they've picked them, it was always the strongest motherfucker. So like fucking, it was Hashirama, Tobirama, Hiruzen. So like they even wanted Jiraiya instead of Tsunade as well. And honestly, I could say Tsunade has more of the edge when it comes to book smarts and intellect too, compared to Jiraiya. Yet they still wanted Jiraiya. They didn't want Tsunade. But Jiraiya said no, and then they wanted Tsunade.
Tsunade is also known as being...
Another example too, Danzo, he's more powerful than fucking Kakashi, yet they didn't want Danzo, they wanted Kakashi.
Which Kakashi? The one in part 1?
After the Pain arc. What's it called? They wanted Danzo, but then Shikamaru's dad was like, hey, no, I started with blah, blah, no, we need to do fucking Kakashi, whatever, but they still went with Danzo because, you know, he was very fucking strong.
I thought you were trying to go the other way, where Danzo was stronger than Kakashi, but they wanted Kakashi.
Yeah, that's why I said Danzo was stronger than Kakashi.
No, you said they wanted Danzo.
Yeah, no, they wanted Danzo, yes. Everyone was wanting Danzo, and then Shikamaru's dad was the only one that opposed and said, hey, Kakashi.
I mean, there's multiple different reasons to why you pick Kakashi, but it's never based off, like, who, like, hits the hardest necessarily.
I don't know, man. I feel like there's a lot of statements and...
Because, like, we gotta remember, Shikamaru's the current state of Kage.
Well, yeah. What's it called? But that's... Boruto's a whole other fucking circumstance or whatever. I'm referring to part 1, the consistency of who they selected, the statements behind it, and then even Shippuden.
Okay, I mean, we can still go that route. Kakashi was the sitting Kage when Naruto was still in the village after the war.
Yeah, what's it called? That was because they were honing his intellect in certain areas and whatnot. Because they said he had the power, but he needed the brains.
He was smart enough, skilled enough in order to make the right decisions as Kage.
Yeah, no, exactly. But that's not what we're talking about here, though. Here, what I'm getting at is these are all the people that, like, for being selected as Hokage, whatever, they all had that element of intellect, though. But it wasn't boiling down just to fully intelligence. It boiled down to who was still stronger at the end of the day, though.
No. It wasn't just on who was the strongest at today. And I'm not going to sit here and say strength has nothing to do with it, because it definitely did. But I think I'm saying they looked at more than just strength to say, okay, this is a Kage.
No. That's a disconnect. We're agreeing on an overall. So we're agreeing on what we're saying, but what I'm saying at the same time is, yes, they look at things overall. Yes, you need intelligence as well. That we agree on all of that. Where the disconnect is, though, is when they go to pick the ninja, even if this person could potentially be more smarter, they're still going to go with the dude that is stronger because, one, they still have a certain realm of intelligence that's just enough for the Kage role, but they also have more power. And what has always been narratively emphasized is the whole point of Hokage is to be able to protect your village if it comes down to it. If you have someone that doesn't have the power to protect it, then you're fucked. So, what was that?
Didn't they almost go Orochimaru over Minato?
He was eligible to be for one of the candidates, and then Fugaku as well, but they went with Minato because what's it called? We don't know like the exact reasons, to be fair, but overall, what's it called? That's who they aired and selected Hiruzen says he explains why he didn't pick Orochimaru. That it's because of his evil or certain things that he did that were just not good for the Hokage. What's it called?
He can't trust him because he's a slippery.
Yeah. He had certain qualities, so that was explained with at least Orochimaru. But with Minato, it wasn't like blatantly said, but at least from everything surrounding him as a whole was because of his power, his intellect, and him just always being put on this fucking pedestal as like the child of prophecy and a prodigy, you know. So
they didn't just but that's basically what I'm saying. It's like they don't just sit there and go, "This guy hits hard, therefore he's Hokage." They look at like other stuff as well.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And I've said this before, and I'll continue to say it until proven wrong. The only thing I think holding Shisui back, in my opinion, from being higher, is he never got the real experience that he needed.
Oh, he had plenty of experience, man. He was a kid. He was put in wars, whatever you name it. The whole fucking 9 missions. Yeah, that's how he got his MS. His best friend died.
He died during a battle. Was it during a war?
Yes, it was during a war. And that was as a kid. He was in a war. But it doesn't matter. Everybody was in a fucking war as kids. But, like, all I'm getting at, though, just to finish off the Kage thing, like, yeah, no, like, we're agreeing on it overall. Like, what's that?
The second Ninja War ending was a...
I don't know what war he was partaking. I can't tell you that. But if you look up how he awakened his MS, it should explain it even on Wikipedia. Or you just have to read you'll have to read the novel story of him. But he was a little he was just a kid, and someone died to him that was very close. That's normally how it goes, and then that's how he awakened it, and he survived because of that. And it just went on and on from there. But either way, to the main thing with the Kage stuff, yes, there's other factors that do matter, absolutely. But if there's individuals that are competing for that role, and they all have the qualities that are needed for Kage, but there's one that just has more power, they're going to normally go with the dude that has more power. And the reason why is because they want someone to be able to protect the village. And if they have the qualities and capabilities of like some level of intellect that is needed for the Kage, or to strategize or political whatever, then that's all that matters. And that could just either be honed or guided, or better yet, they have an advisor if they need to make up for that as well. So like I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot around it, and like a lot of statements of saying like the Hokage is the strongest motherfucker. You know, that's all I'm getting at. But I get what you're saying though. Did I lose you? I think I lost him for a moment, guys. One thing I am gonna have to do, chat, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying they don't base it on their power. The person who's intelligent is smart enough to not gonna matter.
They will base it on power if the other variables are met. That's all I'm getting at. I'm not saying it's only on power. But if they all meet the conditions that are needed, and one does have more power, yes, they're going to go with that person. That is why they also went with Naruto at the end of the day as well. Because the moment he honed the right conditions he needed, which was aka the brain stuff, then therefore, yeah, immediately, because he was way more powerful than Kakashi.
Am I back now?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, sorry, the Naruto Wikipedia popped up and added and crashed my entire system.
Bro, no, you're good. Yeah, but anyway, it is what it is. Like the main thing with SHISUI, bro, like I'm gonna eventually like do all my homework and get everything, but I do feel like I need to make a video because like there's just a lot of people that just I don't know, they either just have him too low or they just really fucking shit on him. Like that's just me personally. But like the information's there, bro. I just gotta pull it all through and just present it in the video. But what's it called?
I'm in this scenario where I'm trying to look, because we don't get a lot for SHISUI. And with some of the stuff, like, we get a lot of, like, extremely impressive stuff, and then we get a lot of not impressive stuff. I'm doing my best to kind of, like, take them and balance them out and come to the most fair conclusion. And that's
Yeah, no, I get you.
the fairest I can find at the moment. Like, I'm willing to admit if I'm wrong, but...
No, of course, yeah, that should be for anybody, bro. It's just, I don't know, like, that's just something with me. It's kind of similar with Rock Lee all over again. Like, a lot of people, for some whatever reason, just try to, like, go a certain way and just, I don't know, they're just fucking stupid with him because with Rock Lee. It's just similar with SHISUI. Like, when I looked over everything, like, when I saw the game, when I saw the novels, when I saw all his statements, whatever you name it, what his Kodo Matsukami can do, the one that requires visual sight, and then the one without visual sight, like, the dude is fucking cracked, bro. Like, he's just really fucking strong. But
if we go with the game version of him, then he's definitely iconic.
what's it called? Well, the reason why the game is because that's the game that I'm referring to is the Naruto Storm Revolution. That's the whole thing about the AKATSUKI story, and then Minato, and then Shisui and Itachi. And that's blatantly stated to be canon several fucking times. So, like, that's all I'm really just getting at is, you know, but...
The escapades.
What's that?
The Naruto escapades.
I don't know about what that is, but I'm just referring to the game title. Because there's only 2 games that have been stated.
It's the story mode from that game, Revolution.
Oh, okay, gotcha, yeah.
I 100% exactly.
And that's also where we got the information for Itachi and like the win loss and all that whatever. Like that was shown from that game as well. That didn't come from the novel or the fucking. They did? I don't remember that from the novel.
The win loss one came from Itachi.
That was in the game because you fight as them and then it shows like the OVA, like the animation, whatever, and all that. But I don't remember that in the novel.
It's in the Daylight novel as well.
Oh, okay.
It's in both.
I'm gonna be real with you. I have to read those novels again, bro, because it's been so long. I just know about the game. Yeah. But either way, bro, I don't know. I feel like people don't really give him the credit that he deserves. That's all I'm saying. But it's like he has a lot of really good statements. The Danzo shit is very, very impressive. Of how he just easily dealt with him. That's all I'm really getting at. Like Sasuke would have literally got the same exact treatment if he didn't still have his Susanoo activated. You know what I mean? And Danzo wasn't a fucking retard to strike it. So.
Well, like the thing is, like, I know we meme on Kakasu a lot, but I do think Kakasu isn't like the weakest character either. Like I don't think he would have beat Danzo, but I think he would have been able to push Danzo.
Yeah, see, I don't know, man, because Kakasu and Hidan just they look really, really, really fucking bad, dude. And Danzo, they're like, but not only from everyone that I've normally seen that have covered him, because it's one thing if people are like out of nowhere having a whole different take, whatever, because that could typically happen in Naruto, but. Like, I don't think there's been a video that I have not seen to where people have put Danzo at low Kage level. Where they always put him at Sannin tier or around that level. So, mid Kage, whether it's Hiruzen or Sannin.
He shouldn't be Sannin tier.
Oh, well, that's where everybody be putting him, bro.
Well, I mean, they're just wrong, because we know blatantly he's below, like, Hiruzen, and we know Hiruzen's relative to the Sannin.
Well, yeah, Hiruzen could be above him, but, like, well, to be fair, that is questionable because, like, what's it called? We don't ever. Yeah, no, I know. Like, it's questionable. Well, no, he doesn't admit it. He the statement that he has because Six brought that up in Swag. It was along the statement of him saying, "Oh, I can never catch up to you," and that could be mean for all kinds of fucking shit because the difference between those two was Hiruzen was the light and he was the darkness, and but they were always rivals and they always like. Where, you know, they're competing against each other, you name it, the whole nine. So.
Oh, there's a different statement that I'm thinking of. I'll have to grab it and find you it. But there's one where, like, he's having a confrontation with Hiruzen, and he just flat out admits that, like, a straight up fight would be good for him.
Oh, no, I don't recall that at all. But either way, even if that's along that, like, again, that could just mean he just wouldn't win the fight, which that can make sense. Hiruzen is Hiruzen. Doesn't mean, like, oh, it's like he's blitzed here above, or like some Itachi to Orochimaru type shit. That's all I'm getting at. Like we would need more like context on that, but
And we do know, like, at least from what I remember, like, he doesn't think he has a good chance against Sandy either. Like, at the very least, I know he thinks Orochimaru would beat him.
Like, I know he worked with Orochimaru a lot, and they did things together. And it was for, like, because, you know, they agreed on a certain amount of things, but, I don't know. What's it called? All I'm getting at is
Like that statement from, like, there's, like, that statement as well that says, like, only, like, another Sannin could beat a Sannin, which would mean, like, Danzo should be able to beat him as well. I don't think.
Yeah, but that's that contradicts because Hiruzen fought, you know. But what's it called? But all I'm getting is like Danzo. He's an interesting character because I had to look into him first because like I have a very strong feeling that there are things that just blatantly put him around that level. But from what I remember though, is the whole rival thing with Hiruzen, whatever you name it, him getting the Hashirama fucking thing, Amp as well, him having Kodo. And just what he does against Five Kage Summit Sasuke, all of that shit, I feel like that's, I don't know. I feel like that's enough to definitely put him at least beyond low Kage. But that's just me, though.
I mean, I'm fine with him being low Kage. Because I have the Sannin and, like, mid Kage.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, Five Kage Summit Sasuke, he's not low Kage level. He's mid Kage.
Yeah, I have 5 Kage at mid Kage.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But Danzo fights that dude.
Yeah, but like I said, like I don't think Sasuke was like fatigued at that point in time. He killed him multiple times. Like the only thing that kept Danzo within that fight was the fact that he had Izanagi.
Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean. What's it called? They fought. He killed him many times, whatever. But that's what Danzo was like. Yeah, like, but that's kind of like what Danzo was doing. Is like that's like his fighting style, basically. Like, you know, but either way, what's it called? When you analyze the fight overall, like they're competing against each other pretty competitively. And then when they're both gassed out and they're both huffing and puffing and they charge at each other, Danzo only has a 3-tomo, Sasuke has an MS, and they still hit each other at the same time. So like I don't know, like I'm just saying, like
Sasuke intentionally took that hit. Remember?
What's it called? Well, no, like he didn't want to get hit. He deceived Danzo with the Izanagi thing, but
he had, like it's stated in the manga, like he intentionally took that last hit so he could finish off Danzo.
I don't remember that at all. The only thing I remember that was being stated was Obito saying how he outsmarted him by using a minor genjutsu, whatever, so he couldn't Izanagi out of it or anything, whatever. But either way, throughout the whole fight, all I'm getting at is they're just competitive. Like, objectively speaking, like they clearly are on each other's scaling. Like they can clearly fight each other. You know, that's all I'm getting at. What's it called? But
what is that chapter? Maybe I'm wrong.
if you're on Chrome's actually no, it's on mine as well. You just gotta go to Naruto chapters in order. I only have part 1. Never mind. I gotta eventually do Shippuden. Yeah, no, you gotta just go to Chrome's thing and you'll find it there. He has it all there. But what I was getting at though, yeah, what I was getting at with the Danzo stuff though, it just again like what all we see like just objectively like that's kind of what we just see with that. But where things get questionable is the whole like if like Sasuke is this or whatever, blah blah, you name it. The way I see it is like fucking. That's just again we just don't know certain things. Like that's the fucking problem. Like there's 2 ways it is. It's either Sasuke is at full, they fight whatever, they're clearly on a similar level, whatever, and they're both very very fucking tired because it's emphasized, and they go and it was a close battle, right? But Sasuke just outsmarted him in the end. Or Sasuke was at a lower level than Danzo, and fucking they fight whatever blah blah. But because of like Danzo using Izanagi, all this shit, whatever, blah blah, he gets eventually to the same level of fatigue, you know what? And they're again like, unless we could see fucking levels of power and so on and so forth, it's just hard to really determine whether or not if like, you know, that's like the sole reason why they were even fighting each other to begin with. That's all I'm getting at. That's what's in question. So, But because it's one thing like if it's stated like, oh, Karen only gave him a little bit, or he's only at half his power, or if it's just blatantly somewhere stated like where Sasuke's at, but there's nothing. We just don't know. We just know that Obito says, hey, recover Sasuke and blah blah, you name it. But
I feel like it's a big jump for you to sit there for you to claim like Sasuke went from being so like drained, like he like passes out, being like full strength. I think that's a big thing.
yeah, either max or close. You know what I mean? Again, we just don't have the numbers. That's the problem.
Well, that's the thing. That's a big claim.
No, not really, because Karen has a ridiculous amount of life force and chakra and stamina. Her job is a medic. She's a support.
We've never seen her put someone to 100% like that before.
She's done it with Sasuke against Killer Bee when he got like severely injured, whatever you name it. Either way, all I'm getting at, if Karen couldn't recover someone or whatever you name it, he shouldn't have been able to fight them. That's all I'm getting at. Because like you said, he passed out and he was fucking gassed. So if she takes him...
I definitely think he got him to like the point where he could fight, but I don't think he was at full fighting capability.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, but that's what's in question. Because we don't know exactly. He's either at full, or he's close, or he's maybe in the middle. Either way, we don't know. So it's hard to like establish whether or not, the fight is even... if you can even like transparently actually judge it competently, basically, is what I'm getting at. Like, we just don't know. Because again, it's like the other things that I said before, it's either if he was at max, then clearly they're on the same level, whatever, blah, blah, right? And that's it. Or if he wasn't, he's in the middle or close, then that means Danzo just used more taxing fucking jutsus and whatever, and they ended up being just as fatigued and tired and moving at the same exact speed. You know what I mean? Like, again, there's just things we just don't know. But all we do know is it was an extremely competitive battle. Like it's not like I'm over here sitting over here like saying, oh, like Pain somehow got like all his fucking chakra back, whatever. No, like unless it like Obito literally tells Karen, hey, like get this motherfucker recovered and heal him and you name it. So like that's all I'm getting at. Like I don't know, we just don't know. Because, like, the problem with that, what you're getting at, there's a lot of people that, like, will try to take that instance and therefore either say Sasuke's cracked or say Sasuke's, like, ass. And I don't agree with either or. People try to, like, Well, no, but that's what people do because, again, like, there's an unknown variable there. You know what I mean? Nobody knows whether or not if he's either full, whatever, not, whatever, blah, blah. So then people start going into like all these interpretations or thinking this or that, or and either put him on a very high level of scaling or put him in a very shit level of scaling, And again, like I can't, like what I try to do, if I'm scaling or going something based upon something, I'm going to try to keep it as fair as possible. Like if there's something I may not know, we just don't know, and there's no way to like fully know if it's a higher outcome, then you just have to go based off what you're seeing and what's actually occurring. That's all I'm getting at. So.
No, you go with like what's the most likely. I mean, realistically, if people take what I'm saying and use it to say like Sasuke's crashing, I mean that's on them for skill.
Yeah, people do it though. That's the whole. That's the whole reason and backing of why people either think he loses to Sage Naruto or other individuals, etc., etc. Like, bro, they exist. Loco, he's one of them. He does the opposite. He'll fucking highball him to like extremes, but.
Naruto doesn't suck.
No. Not to say he sucks, but to say why he would lose.
I mean, I think that Naruto wins that. I mean, it's
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what we're discussing right now is one of the foundation things of where people branch off to where they start determining their scaling. But I don't side with either or because it's technically unfair. Like, it's like, or there's not really a way to know. The only things that we do know, objectively speaking, is an entire fucking life and death fight happens. They go at it, whatever, etc., and it was very, very close. It was a high diff or extreme diff fight for Sasuke. That's what we just know, bare minimum,
In my opinion, and I mean, I can understand why you wouldn't agree with it because it is part of his arsenal.
Yeah.
Sasuke did kill him 3 times.
What's it called? Yeah, no, yeah, no, he did kill him a couple times. Yeah.
In my opinion, I think that makes a difference because he has to use like one of the most extreme hacks possible just to even like stay within the fight. Like even if Sasuke is like at 100.
Well, same thing. But the same thing applies to Sasuke though. If he didn't have the Susanoo, he would have died.
I mean, yeah,
Like,
Sasuke wasn't in a situation where he did die.
No, I know, but I'm just saying it would have been the same thing though. Like that's just boiling down to again to like the character's arsenal and what they have.
Sasuke prevented death. Danzo had to rewrite that.
Yeah, no, I get that. But what you're saying is like Danzo, him dying, whatever, blah blah. You know, like therefore, but without the Izanagi, he's nothing or whatever. But same thing applies for Sasuke. Without the Susanoo, he would have died many times against Raikage, against Danzo, you name it.
Well, I mean, the Raikage is different, but he only would have died once to Danzo.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I wouldn't necessarily say die, but like maybe it could have just been like a severe injury or death, but we don't know.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Because like, didn't he try to stab like his fucking spine or back or some shit?
He went to stab him in the heart. He had Sasuke.
He was behind him.
Her seal with restricted move. Was it behind him?
Yeah. When he
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, when he uses Izanagi, after the first time, Sasuke kills him. It's the first time he killed. Like basically, they're talking whatever. They're talking shit. And then Danzo says something triggering. Sasuke gets mad. He activates Susanoo, grabs him. And then right after he crushes him, Danzo uses Izanagi. And there's no way to know Izanagi's happening. So Danzo gets a freebie. But his retarded ass tried to kunai a Susanoo. And he struck him at the back. I just don't remember where he tried to strike him.
It might have been the back. I'll take your word for it. Realistically, I think he could have killed Sasuke within that moment. Just because he had Sasuke paralyzed. But I mean, at that point in time, you have like a 1 to 10 scenario. So, like,
okay. I see what you're bringing up. You're talking about the second moment where Sasuke could have died. I'm referring to the first initial point. What's it called? You're talking about when he had the fucking seal and he couldn't move. Yeah. But yeah, like I know what you're talking about there. But again, that still boils to the claim that I made before. If he didn't have Susanoo, he would have died. Like because when they were fighting. Danzo was faster than him in taijutsu. Sasuke was relative, but he was faster.
In that scenario, you just have a 2 in 10 scenario where like 2 out of 10 times Danzo wins the fight.
Yeah.
And I mean, no offense, but 2 out of 10 times is not relative make.
Wait. Well, no. He what's it called? They were blatantly scaling to each other. Like, Danzo was even reacting to his Susanoo attacks. It's shown in the manga and even worse in the anime.
Yeah, well, that's where we have different views on it because I don't think Sasuke was full power. I can see how you would say he was full power. It's just one of those things I don't necessarily agree with. Just because it doesn't make sense with what we've seen within the manga.
But see, that's the thing. Even if he's not at full power, he would have to be close or have a ridiculous because he was still able to use Susanoo. That man started using Susanoo, spamming that, and also using a Mataratsu. That man still had a crazy amount of chakra.
You can use the Susanoo when you have, like, no chakra.
Well, yeah, you can, but, like, it's still very taxing.
Oh, no, definitely, but Itachi does it. Itachi does it, like, right when Sasuke and him both admit they have, like, no chakra left to give.
Yeah, no, I know. But I'm just saying that it's still very taxing, though. Like it's a MS ability. Like, you're going through a lot of chakra once you're doing that. I'm not denying you can't do it when you're low on chakra. All I'm saying is he does it for chapters, bro. Like, they're fighting for a good while. It wasn't a short fight. They fought for a good bit. Obito was literally watching that shit the whole time and commenting on it.
Itachi has this Susanoo up for like 2-3 chapters by the time like Orochimaru appears.
Well, Itachi, he didn't do his Susanoo until like the end where he's on like the verge, very, very verge of death. And he was very low on chakra, but he does the Susanoo. Sasuke attacks, don't do anything. He gets rid of Orochimaru, then he walks up to Sasuke, and then it's gone. It wasn't long.
Yeah, that's still like a chapter or two.
Well, yeah, sure, but it's not long. It's not like he had a full-on scale battle with his Susanoo.
He kind of did against the eight-headed Hydra. I mean, it wasn't as long as the Danzo fight was, but
Yeah, but that's what I'm getting to.
Use the Susanoo when you have like no chocolate, like that's not a problem.
Yeah, no, I'm not denying you can't use the Susanoo. What I'm getting at though, he was using MS abilities and his Susanoo for a very long while. That was his main win con the whole fight. To try to kill. That's actually what actually killed Danzo multiple times was the Susanoo. It wasn't even the Susanoo. It was him spamming the arrow, and then I think there was one Susanoo blow that he got on him. But the Susanoo was what carried him, and then he was literally getting gassed out. Like the moment he did that, he started like immediately huffing and puffing. The blood's coming out, whatever. And then Obito's like, "Oh, you need to be careful. Like you're over here spamming the Susanoo, using a Mataratsu. You're gonna gas yourself out really quick if you do that."
Yeah, but okay, so like the big difference within this scenario is Sasuke's in a scenario where he's not waiting to die to fight. He has ways of fighting back and all that. Well, Danzo's entire strategy within this fight is I'm going to die and then catch my opponent off guard.
Yeah, that's fine, but again, like what I'm referring to is Sasuke is spamming his abilities, which require a ridiculous amount of stamina and chakra, and he's doing it throughout the whole fight. And eventually, he stops for a moment, tries to do a taijutsu exchange, and Danzo beats him. They're both at a similar level, whatever. And then he gets a power-up for his Susanoo, where he unleashes an even more powerful transformation, more chakra, and all that, and still fights whatever. It goes.
That's when he gets the full armored one, right?
Yeah, it's even a more crazy, more transformation, whatever, more chakra. So that, again, like what everything I'm getting at, he has to have a really good amount of chakra to do that. Because with Itachi, when he did his Susanoo, when he was very low on chakra, it initially started with the armor, whatever, and that's why Sasuke couldn't do anything. Then he shit on Orochimaru, but it started de-transforming the more and more he walked.
He was going blind and dying at that point. I don't think that was a chakra problem.
That's fine. You could say that collaborates. Either way, it has to be also resorting to chakra as well. Like that's without chakra, you
have to be
because Susanoo's made out of chakra.
Yeah, but I mean that's arguing that it takes chakra to sustain it. Like for all we know, like you could throw up the chakra to use the Susanoo, and now it's just up, and you just have to maintain the form. Like there's nothing to argue. Like you could argue like it doesn't cost chakra to maintain it. It's just a mental thing.
It's Obito states blatantly, and there's other statements, but it's blatantly stated that using the Susanoo costs a ridiculous amount of chakra and stamina.
Could you show me the Obito statement? I'm curious on that.
No, I'm not gonna get it. It's there, but like, what's it called? Like Obito says it, that he's taxing him, whatever. There's also the Madara shit where he has to use even more chakra in order to pull out the perfect Susanoo. Like, there's different variants of the Susanos that require different chakra.
That doesn't go against what I'm saying, because I'm still like those things would be like stronger versions, which would because they're more armored and all that, correct?
What's it called? When you're applying more chakra with the Susanoo, yeah, like there's different transformations and it gets stronger and stronger.
Yeah, like they have more armor, so realistically you could argue like you have to have more chakra onto the Susanoo for it to have that.
I just don't see that Susanos don't require chakra. That's a little yeah.
No, I'm gonna stop being stupid for a second. Realistically, it probably does cost chakra to maintain. I don't think it's a lot of chakra to maintain. I think the biggest drawback to the Susanoo is the fact that it makes you go blind faster. At least as long as you don't have the EMS. And the fact that before
you gotta
also one of the most painful jutsu you can use.
You gotta look at the Danzo and Sasuke fight, because Obito states completely otherwise. That I know for an absolute fact.
What does Danzo state?
And I know there's other instances where there's also other.
What does Danzo state?
No, not Danzo. Obito. He flat out says the Susanoo and Amaterasu is draining all his chakra and stamina. However the fuck he says it, but he says the shit. It's from Obito. And when Sasuke,
that doesn't go against like the idea that just like summoning up the Susanoo like doesn't drain a lot, because he pulls it up and drops it a few times, doesn't he?
So all right, how about this? If that doesn't require a lot of chakra or no chakra at all, then why doesn't he
I think
do?
it uses.
Then why does he not do it against when he's fighting against Kakashi and then even Naruto in the end? That doesn't make sense.
Okay, he was near blind and his chakra was just becoming more and more unstable.
No,
But that could also be a pain thing because we know like.
but that contradicts what you're claiming though, because if you're saying it only requires a little bit of chakra or none at all, he should still be able to do it. It doesn't matter if he's low on chakra or nearly blind. He should still be. Itachi did it when he was blind. Madara does it without eyes. Shisui does it with one eye.
Well, I mean, we'd have to argue on if the Shisui thing is canon. I'll give you it for the sake of this, but realistically,
Regardless of Shisui, Madara does it with no eyes, and Itachi does it blind.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And Itachi does it blind.
I don't think Itachi was completely blind yet.
No. He didn't have a Sharingan. It's shown on panel and in the anime. When he was using the Susanoo, he had no Sharingan.
Light, but we know you can use the Shushino without his Sharingan active.
Yeah, exactly, because he had some chakra and stamina. Yeah, no, I know, but that's what I'm getting at, because he has some amount of chakra and stamina, so he could use the Susanoo still for a moment.
Yeah, but I think it's more of a mental thing to withhold it once it's put up. I think it costs a good amount of chakra to actually cast the Shushino, but I don't think it costs a whole lot to maintain the thing.
But that's what I'm saying. If it doesn't cost a lot or none, he should have been able to still do that against Naruto. Why would he just do a Chidori thing or other people or whatever?
No, like what I was saying, like he was in a lot of pain at that point in time as well. He was in a lot of pain at that time as well, and we know that when you're in a lot of pain, it is harder to maintain the Shushino. Sasuke says it during that arc as well.
Yeah, sure, but like either way, like it just doesn't hold like.
Sasuke was going crazy.
Yeah, but it just doesn't hold presence, so that's counterintuitive is what I'm getting at. Because if the Susanoo is not taxing like that when it comes to your chakra and stamina, we know it's blatant pain. We've been agreed on that.
Oh, no,
but okay, well if it's taxing with stamina and chakra, then I don't understand why you're claiming that it only requires a little bit.
No, I don't think it's taxing on the chakra to maintain, but we know it's extremely taxing on the body until you get to EMS. We know that Sasuke at that point in time was in extreme amount of pain and was like mentally like not there.
No. Either way, I can go on and on with this, but again, you have to look at the Sasuke and Danzo fight because the Obito statement is there. That's all I'm getting at. What's it called? Like
look, and if I'm wrong, I'll let you know. I'm sorry.
No, you don't gotta let me know, bro. It's whatever. But what's it called? But just look through that. You should be able to find it. And I'm pretty sure there's several other instances around it or whatever. What's it called? But again, I just have to like look through and find those things. But anyways, where was going with the whole thing? Yeah, I don't even remember what everything before. But all I will say to summarize it is, I don't know. Like again, like if we're just going off of what we do see and what we do know, again, that's what I work with. I feel like that's just as fair as possible, or like what you can really do when it comes to the whole, Sasuke's at full or not, or this, whatever. That's getting into unknown territory, and that's where it becomes really problematic to just automatically come with certain claims or what things are now. And again, that's why I don't side with either narrative. That's the problem. With people that will either.
Oh, that's fair. I can respect that.
Like it's just if there's not enough, I'm gonna try to stay as neutral or logical as possible. If there's not enough for side A or for side B, I'm just not gonna pick either. That's basically what I'm getting at. Because again, people when they.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go on.
No, you're good. When people come to that, what we've been discussing this whole time, that's one of like the really big moments of how people gauge 5 Kaguya-sama and Sasuke. Like, sure, you can kind of do what you can with the whole when he pulls up initially, but there's only so much with that too. But when he goes to the Danzo thing, that really also sets the bar because we get to see how he can perform against Danzo. So.
No, that's fair.
But
it's one of those things where realistically, when it comes to work of fiction, it's okay to have a little bit of like your own assumptions with it. Yeah. It's just important to not go crazy.
Yeah, it makes sense. What's it called? But overall, like the whole point of me of like all this talking, whatever you name it. Again, I'm just saying I think Shisui deserves way more respect than he does, because there's a lot of people that just outright say he's complete garbage, or to say he's Joning level only and that's it. Yeah, like, you know, they either say he's complete garbage, or they say he's just Joning level, or like Kakashi level, or even Katsu level, and I don't inherently agree with that. I think that's a little,
I mean,
you know.
I don't think Kakuzu is a bad point in the series.
Yeah, that's one of the disagreements. So that's another one too. Like, but I get what you're saying though. What's it called? If we're
because outside of Hidon, I think all the Akatsuki members are like relatively powerful. Like they all represent a bench because they're meant to.
Yeah, but when we're looking at Hidon and Katsu, they are the lowest tiers of the Akatsuki though, based upon feats.
Oh yeah, because you have him above Konan, don't
you?
No, you have
no. I'm just referring to Katsu and Hidon. They're the lowest of the Akatsuki because, like, based upon their feats and performances against just Jonin.
No, like I'm talking about Katsu. Like you have Katsu below
Konan,
Konan.
well, it depends how you really gauge her, but fucking, if you have her above Sasori, then yeah, technically she would. Or depending on how you gauge the Obito, Konan's a whole other fucking whole other thing. But what's it called? She's a very confusing person to talk about. But either way, for the most part, if it's prep, definitely. If it's with the game into consideration as well, then definitely. If it's also her fighting Jiraiya for a little bit, even though there's context with that, whatever, and Jiraiya could just be holding back, and that's why she's able to fight him for that moment. Again, she's a very complex character. She doesn't really have a lot, but either way, when I'm talking about like the entirety of the Akatsuki, like the main people, because Konan wasn't really. She is in the Akatsuki, but I just don't really care about her. But fucking. Like Zetsu and Konan, I just don't really care. Sure, they're technically part of the discussion, but I just don't really care. But as for everyone else, I would say they are the lowest tier, and that's just because of what we've seen.
No, that's fair. I agree with that. Like the Akatsuki themselves are not like weak. Like there's no weak.
Well, no, I'm not. No, that's no. Their low Kage is still very impressive. It's just. There's a big gap between mid Kage and low Kage, and especially high Kage and low Kage. You know,
100%.
Like here is in.
I think SHISUI is mid Kage. I have no problem with that. It's just from what I know, that's where I have. And I
Gotcha.
Should be around there as well.
Yeah, no, that's fine. What's it called? But that's why, like, I've always had like a thing when people do Shisui videos, because every fucking time I see it. It's either they have him as dog water or even as like low Kage and things like that. And I can understand certain things, but bro, like I don't know. He has the MS, he has the Sharingan, all these crazy statements, you know, Susano allegedly, whether you believe that or not, you know, but I don't know. Oh,
I'll be right back.
No, you're good, bro. So pseudo like not really a fucking debate discussion, but you could technically maybe call it, but it was just a fucking discussion. But I did ask my fucking edit that and title it like me crying over my man Shisui or some shit. It's my man, bro. That's my man Shisui.
Label it the reason why you're going to power scale Shisui.
Fucking A. It's my man, bro. It's my man. Respect him.
You have Shisui.
But no, but the funny part about it though, like I could also just be blatantly wrong. It's again, that's just from my memory and from everything I heard and seen from like the anime, the novel, and then because the manga didn't have really shit, bro. It was like only a couple little moments. But again, yeah, like I could be blatantly fucking wrong. Maybe, you know, whatever, you know. But like either way, no matter what, bare fucking minimum, he has to be low Kage level. Okay, there's no way. He's not anything else like that. I don't give a fuck. So
look, I'll give you this.
But
I'll change my opinion to him being around sorcery level.
Oh my god.
He dog walks Katsu.
But until I do my homework, what's it called? and I'm gonna eventually want to fucking do that. I'm gonna try to make that my priority. But until I do my homework and I look at fucking everything, novels, whatever you fucking name it, and then can really decide, then I'll determine whether if he's either low, mid, or high. But what's it called? But if it is there as I remember, there's a strong possibility this motherfucker might be high. What's it called? Or my bare minimum would have been the mid Kage at least. But again, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong and he's low. But what?
Promise me one thing. Promise me you won't become one of those weirdos who say he's stronger than Hashirama.
Oh, what the? No, fuck, no. When I said high Kage, I mean like along the realm of potentially being Itachi or Minato Obito's like level and power in some regard or something. I don't fucking know. But that's there.
There's a lot of people who say he's stronger than Hashirama. Because I really go.
Yeah, that's like sure if he like landed Kodo, then obviously that Kodo would beat fucking anyone. That's retarded. But the problem is he just gets speed blitz before he could even do his genjutsu. So, but yeah, that's retarded. But anyways, alright, we're gonna get this shit going.